See what's happening this instant. ABC 11 Eyewitness News at 9 starts right now.
Hurricane Delta slamming into Louisiana as a Category 2 storm. This morning, new video of the devastation. Meteorologist Steve Stewart walks us through the impact we'll see here in the Triangle this weekend. Plus, COVID-19 and important information for your family. The latest key metrics in North Carolina, and the testing happening today at one UNC school. But first, a live look at the Durham skyline. Man, look at that. It is raining out there. So if you're headed out, you may want to grab that umbrella. Good morning, Carolina. It's Saturday, October 10th. I'm Tim Pulliam, in for Anthony Wilson, and you are watching ABC 11, now streaming on ABC11.com and the ABC 11 app. Let's start this morning with a live look at Leeville, Louisiana. That's along the coast, the sun coming out after Hurricane Delta made landfall just to the west of here. Let's get straight to First Alert meteorologist Steve Stewart with the latest on the storm's path. Hi, Steve. Steve, thank you. This morning, we continue to watch Delta, the storm weakening after making landfall in Louisiana last night. New video from the Gulf Coast shows the aftermath of the heavy rains and strong winds. But this morning, there's still a major rain threat in Louisiana. ABC's Elwin Lopez has more. Now, for more information on Hurricane Delta and your certified most accurate forecast anytime, download the free ABC 11 app to your TV. It's available on Fire TV, Apple TV, Android TV, and Roku. Now to COVID-19 and the important key metrics. The percent of positive tests staying level at 5.7%. State health officials want that number to be below 5%. The number of new cases continuing to trend upward. State health officials reporting 2,034 new cases. That's slightly lower than Thursday, but slightly higher than what we've seen over the past few weeks. And 14 more people are in the hospital. Total hospitalizations now up to 1,065, 16% higher than last week. Now look for an alert on the ABC 11 app when new metrics come out this afternoon. With North Carolina now in a week of Phase 3, Wake County leaders say they're seeing more people visiting restaurants and bars. 18 to 35-year-olds make up nearly 40% of the county's cases. Public health officials are trying something new to remind people of the importance of social distancing and mask wearing. They use giant stencils, take a look at the screen, and pressure washers to etch these messages onto sidewalks in 22 busy Raleigh areas, including Glenwood South, Hillsborough Street, and Cameron Village. The so-called clean graffiti is expected to last up to 4 months. Today, there will be a pop-up testing event at Appalachian State University in light of new COVID-19 clusters on campus. The school reports 15 more active cases and 4 clusters linked to dorms. There's also 4 new positive cases connected to the football team, including 1 athlete and 3 staff members. Happening today, President Trump is expected to make a speech from the White House balcony in front of a crowd gathered on the South Lawn. This will be his first in-person event since testing positive for COVID-19 last week. Now, according to the invite, the event will feature remarks to peaceful protesters for law and order. This coming 2 weeks after the Rose Garden ceremony that is now considered a super spreader for the virus. ABC News is reporting all people coming to today's event will have to wear a mask. Meantime, Donald Trump Jr. will campaign for his father today in Fayetteville. He's hosting an Operation Make America Great Again event at the Cumberland County GOP. Now, it begins at 3:45. Stay with Eyewitness News and ABC11.com for continued election and campaign coverage. We turn now to breaking news. A standoff in Cumberland County ends with a suspect in custody. Take a look. New video shows the active scene at Super 8 Hotel on Leon Court in Garner. Our crews say the SWAT team breached the door around 10:30 last night to get the man out. We're working to learn what charges he is facing. A 17-year-old boy shot in Raleigh. Police urgently searching for a suspect. Also, a shelter-in-place order lifted at a UNC school. The message that started the situation, shutting down campus. And a local family's setback as they try to honor a police officer killed in the line of duty. But first, good morning, Steve.
Hey, good morning there, Tim.
Thank you so much. Happening now, Raleigh police looking for the person who shot a 17-year-old boy. Police say the teen walked into Wake Med to be treated. He's expected to be okay. Raleigh police investigating the shooting in a shopping center in the 3500 block of New Bern Avenue. That's right next to I-440. So far, no arrests have been made. Developing this morning, UNC Asheville lifting its shelter-in-place order. The university lifting the order after consulting with federal, state, and local law enforcement. There were no in-person classes, practices, or activities on campus Friday. All this came after the school got a threatening email demanding the Black Lives Matter mural on campus be painted over. COVID-19 and new developments. I'll tell you about the company extending work from home until June of next year. Also, Democratic Senate candidate Cal Cunningham talking to reporters after a strategist claims the two engaged in an affair. His response to the scandal. And the special flyover today to honor a firefighter who died from COVID-19. Breaking overnight, demonstrators out in Wisconsin for a third straight night. They're angry over the decision not to charge a police officer for the shooting death of 17-year-old Alvin Cole. Now, police using tear gas and paintballs on the protesters last night. An officer killed Cole in February after police say he fired at them. Now, an independent investigation found Cole accidentally shot himself in the arm and was not shooting at the cops. Vote 2020 and new developments. Next week's presidential debate is canceled. The Commission on Presidential Debates said the debate would take place virtually, but President Trump would not agree to that. Now the commission says it will focus on getting ready for the final debate on October 22nd. Mark your calendar. Developing now, embattled Democratic Senate candidate Cal Cunningham refusing to answer questions about his sex scandal. In a video call to reporters, reporters asked Cunningham about his personal situation several times.
Look, I've taken responsibility for the hurt that I've caused in my personal life. I've apologized for it. I've said what I'm going to say about it. Answered the question.
A California political strategist claims she had an affair with Cunningham over the summer. He has admitted to sending sexual text messages to the woman. Now, Cunningham's opponent, Senator Thom Tillis, launched a new 30-second TV ad this week attacking his Democratic rival over the scandal, calling Cunningham's campaign one big lie. It's one of the most watched races in the country that could help decide who controls the U.S. Senate. In the COVID-19 pandemic, a company in Johnston County taking another step toward a coronavirus treatment. Grifols in Clayton says their therapy drug is beginning phase 3 clinical trials. If proven safe and effective, it could be a potential treatment. Now, new this morning, some Ford employees will be able to work from home well into 2021. The automaker told 32,000 of its office workers that the company will be extending its work from home policy in North America until June 2021. Ford employees have been working from home since March. New this morning, the NFL isn't messing around when it comes to its mask policy. A memo sent to teams on Friday warned coaches to keep their face coverings on when interacting with officials. If they don't, they could be penalized 15 yards for unsportsmanlike conduct. Now, several coaches have been fined for not wearing their mask correctly. COVID-19 canceling the SkyFest Air Show in Johnston County this weekend, but not grounding these F-15 E-Strike Eagles. Look at that. They're from Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. The jets taking the air show directly to the people, touring the entire county. Now, today, the Bandit flight team, which normally does pregame flyovers at Duke and NC State football games, will fly from Smithfield to Clayton Fire Department in honor of Deputy Chief Jason Dean, who passed away from COVID-19 complications last month. That missing man formation will take off at noon. But Steve, we have some cloudy weather.
We do. Making it much cooler next weekend. Tim, if the models are right, highs will be in the low to mid 60s. Wow. A little cool.
All right. Yeah. Steve, Wednesday and Thursday look fantastic. Thank you. A big Saturday of college football right here on ABC 11. First at noon, number 8 UNC hosts number 19 Virginia Tech in Chapel Hill. Then at 3:30 is number 24 Iowa State versus Texas Tech. And then the primetime game. Top-ranked Clemson hosts number 7 Miami. Kickoff is 7:30. A family's mission to honor a police officer killed in the line of duty hits a roadblock, while a local city council voted down a resolution to rename a bridge in his honor. This morning, a family in Clinton is vowing to keep up the fight to honor their lost loved one. We're talking about Clinton police officer Donald Tucker, shot and killed in the line of duty back in 1991. Now his family is fighting to memorialize him by putting his name on a local bridge. But city leaders are saying no. Now Michael Lozano is in Clinton asking city officials why. This morning, the aftermath of Hurricane Delta, new video coming in from the Gulf Coast, plus an update on the nation's battle with COVID-19. The region, experts say, could emerge as the next hotspot. And bullets flying inside a local Walmart, people running for their lives, employees and customers sharing their stories. Coming up. All right, good morning, Raleigh. We're taking a look at your city, Fayetteville Street there. Man, some gloomy clouds out there. We made it to the weekend, but there is a chance of rain, so you might need your umbrella today. Good morning, Carolina. It's Saturday, October 10th. I'm Tim Pulliam in for Anthony Wilson, and you are watching ABC 11, also available on abc11.com and the ABC 11 app. Now, we'll get to our local stories in just a moment, but first, let's start with Hurricane Delta. The storm making landfall around 7 last night as a Category 2 hurricane near the town of Creole. That's just 14 miles from where Hurricane Laura came ashore 6 weeks ago. A new video shows Delta's destructive winds and dangerous storm surge. Let's get straight to First Alert meteorologist Steve Stewart with the latest on the storm. Good morning, Steve.
Hey, good morning there, Tim.
All right, Steve, thank you so much. COVID-19 and new headlines. The U.S. Department of Agriculture says it's extending waivers allowing free school meals for all students through the rest of the year. Now, White House Coronavirus Response Coordinator Dr. Deborah Birx says states in the Northeast are showing troubling signs that they could reemerge as hotspots. Here in the U.S., the 7-day average of new cases is now the highest since mid-August. It comes as the World Health Organization announces a new record in daily cases worldwide, with more than 350,000 infections. Now, downtown Raleigh restaurants have been hit hard by the pandemic. Now they're hoping you will join them for Restaurant Week. Tonight, the Downtown Raleigh Alliance is closing Fayetteville Street for what it's calling Dine Out Downtown. The streets will be decorated with lights, and they'll have tables and chairs where you can enjoy the outdoor dining space. Now, starting Monday, people in one Durham neighborhood will have a little bit more space to move around. Traffic will be closed on Watch Street from Lamond Avenue to West Club Boulevard, as well as Glendale Avenue from West Gear Street to Inglewood Avenue. This is all part of the Shared Streets pilot project to provide more space for pedestrians and bicyclists. Emergency vehicles, deliveries, trash collection vehicles, and neighbors will still be able to access these streets. Now, the project is expected to last until the spring of next year. Happening now, the search is on for a person who opened fire inside a Rocky Mount Walmart. Eyewitnesses described the fear and chaos inside. One person hurt as customers scrambled to take cover. Chopper 11 showing us the area. Now, Josh Chapin reporting on Facebook Live, sending back updates from the scene as soon as he arrived. Now, Josh brings us the latest from the scene now. Josh Chapin with that report. Now, despite it going out as an active shooter incident, Rocky Mount police say that wasn't the case. The victim of that shooting taken to Nash UNC Health for treatment. They're in stable condition. That Walmart could reopen as soon as this morning. This morning, a driver is facing charges after a woman out walking her dogs loses her life. The Highway Patrol says Nancy Mallion was walking along the side of Penny Road Friday morning when a box truck hit her. Troopers say the truck driver, identified as Bert Ramos, initially thought he had hit a deer, so he kept going to make his delivery. Ramos later called 911 after seeing a push alert from the ABC 11 mobile app. Authorities charged him with misdemeanor death by vehicle and felony hit and run. This morning, the additional help headed to Louisiana after Hurricane Delta makes landfall. Also, new developments in a tragic story. The DOT's plan for a road where 2 kids died in a flash flood. And the theaters making a Carolina comeback in the Triangle. It looks like a good weekend to be inside watching a movie, Steve.
It does, absolutely.
All right, Steve, thank you. Another round of supplies headed to Louisiana after Hurricane Delta makes landfall. Our cameras at the State Farmers Market in Raleigh as trucks got all loaded up with food and other goods. The owner of Ford's Produce and Gourmet Food says people in Louisiana are really going to need it.
They just went through a tremendous, terrible event a little over a month ago. If we can help to get them back on their feet as quick as possible. We got the holiday season coming up. It's going to be a tough year for these people.
Constant storm updates right now on abc11.com. This morning, the state DOT says it will build a bridge on a section of a Johnston County road where a flash flood swept away 2 children. You may remember this story. 5-year-old Alexa Castro and her 4-year-old brother, Abraham Martinez Jr., died in August when their mother's car was swept off of Galilee Road near Smithfield. The DOT says instead of replacing a damaged culvert under the road, they will build a bridge. They hope to begin construction this fall. New this morning, the price increases coming to the Postal Service. Also, some financial help for parents during the pandemic, the grant money available, and the important deadline this week. And I love this story, born before women could vote. This 105-year-old from North Carolina still going strong. Her message to voters as she casts her ballot. In the COVID-19 pandemic, some financial help coming to parents in North Carolina. Parents with at least 1 child can apply for a $335 grant aimed at helping families with children. Now, if you filed your taxes reporting a qualifying child, you can get the payment automatically by December 15th. But if you didn't file because you did not exceed the state's filing requirements, you may still be eligible for the money as long as you apply by the 15th. For more information, just go to our website, abc11.com. Now, this morning, a Carolina comeback. 5 AMC theaters are reopened just in time for the rainy weekend. In Raleigh, Cinemark and Marquee Cinemas are also back open, and the Durham's Carolina Theater is reopened. Expect to see health and safety measures if you go. The bright lights on Broadway will be dim a lot longer than expected. Broadway suspending all ticket sales for New York performances through May 30th. All 41 Broadway theaters have been closed since March 12th. Because of the pandemic, nearly 97,000 workers rely on Broadway for their livelihood, and productions have nearly $15 billion impact to the city. COVID-19 cutting into air travel, and a new survey finding people aren't necessarily going home for the holidays. Travelocity's 2020 holiday travel outlook finds that nearly 60% of Americans won't be traveling to see friends or family during the holidays. That's sad. But 25% of people say they're planning to take a personal vacation before the end of the year, and 45% of families with children are still planning to take a leisure trip. About 1,000 adults were surveyed. The Wine, Cheese, and Chocolate Festival now underway in Raleigh. That sounds good. You can buy and pick up wine, cheese, and chocolate party boxes from the Chocolate Boutique in Lafayette Village. And today, you can check out the Express Festival. There will be a social distancing social with live music in the courtyard from 2 to 7 p.m. Face coverings are required. New this morning, ABC 11 helping you watch your wallet. The U.S. Postal Service planning to increase prices. The new proposal raises the price for first-class mail by 1.8% and all other categories by 1.5%. Some prices will remain unchanged, like the Forever Stamp at 55 cents. A regulatory commission will review the changes before they are scheduled to take effect on January 24th. Well, take it from this 105-year-old, the importance of voting in every election. That is Miss Julia Ray on your screen from Buncombe County. She's a Buncombe County resident. She was born before women were given the right to vote. But this week, with a little help, Mrs. Ray cast her absentee ballot. She says no matter how many elections you voted in the past, you still got to show up for the next one. That's such great advice, Steve.
It is, absolutely. Well, that is a lot of elections.
Yeah, it is.
That's incredible. All right,
Steve, Thursday looks great. Fantastic for one-stop early voting. Happening today, ABC 11 Together highlighting the 2020 Walk to End Alzheimer's here in the Triangle. This year's event won't be large in-person gathering like in years past due to the pandemic, but instead you're urged to walk in small teams of friends and family while others in your community do the same. There is no fee to register for the walk. For more information, go to our website, abc11.com. Vineyards and distilleries getting a boost during the pandemic, how their businesses are now becoming destinations for campers trying to get off the beaten track. Happening now, so many of us looking for activities to do while social distancing. The agritourism industry is booming across the nation, including here in North Carolina. And as our Amber Rapenta shows us, part of that Carolina comeback is from the growing business of camping off the beaten path. Amber Rapenta with that report. Along with RV camping through Harvest Host, Hennett Family Vineyards in Johnston County is open for tastings 7 days a week. You can find quick links about that on abc11.com. Let's get a last check of the weather with Steve Stewart. We will need an umbrella today.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, rain, especially across our northern 2 peak days of the week, Tim. Looks great. Low humidity and 70s.
Nice. Thank you, Steve. Yeah. The second hour of Good Morning America is next. For Steve Stewart and the entire Eyewitness News team, thank you so much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with Julie Wilson. The news continues online at abc11.com. Have a great weekend.